What's your emergency?
Welcome back to That Weewoo Show, a podcast where we watch and discuss episodes of the ABC show 911. I'm Ellen.
I'm Alice.
And I'm Bex.
And welcome back to Season 5. You may have skipped over last week's episode about heated rivalry, or you may have been screaming along with us. I don't know, but we've done that for now. We try really hard to think about 911 now to go back to our regular schedule.
There was no cottage in this episode. It was just very confusing.
Yeah, not even any kissing of anyone, I don't think. No
tattoo
hang
played.
On. Maybe Hen and Karen did a bit of kissing, but maybe I don't even remember. Anyway.
Probably not, yeah.
It was, on the whole, a lot less cute. But we need to get through it.
Don't mention holes.
So it's been so long since the last time we spoke about 911. I know you guys, it's only been a couple of weeks. Alice, pull yourself together and tell us what happened last week on 911.
Last time we discussed 911, so 2 weeks ago on 911, a prison riot ended with Hen doing surgery and Eddie not getting shot by a prisoner on death row who wanted to donate his heart to his dying son. And Chimney and Maddie are still gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about, yeah.
I think we really liked that episode. Although we did get a comment.
It was pretty good.
We did get a comment from Ella who genuinely did love that episode. So we're sorry that we spent 2 hours trashing it, Ella.
I don't think we did. We just didn't like that Mark Pellegrino was in it.
Well, I think that's the point that Ella
fun.
said that she loved the episode because she doesn't have any feelings about Mark Pellegrino because she's not from the Supernatural fandom.
She's our one follower that is not from the Supernatural fandom.
So I guess that kind of lends credence to our theory that if you hadn't had an encounter with Mark Pellegrino before, you probably really enjoyed the episode. It's just that we were so tainted by A, Lucifer, and B, Mark Pellegrino himself that we couldn't separate the two when we were watching the episode.
Tainted by Lucifer. That sounds like a book.
It's the title of my next album.
Yeah. Anyway, where are we?
We are going to discuss this week's episode, which is called Ghost Stories, which is a stupid title, as we will discuss later. It aired sometime in November. Nobody's entirely sure, because as we talked about when we discussed Brawl in Cell Block 911, the episodes got switched, but they got switched after the promo summaries were published. So the dates are wrong on the promo summaries compared to when they actually aired. So at some point in November, this episode aired.
We're not really sure.
We're not really sure.
When it ended up on the air.
We know that it aired. We know that people have seen it. We can't tell you exactly when. It's fine, because they're all on some streaming service now anyway. The official summary that did get published with the incorrect airing date told us that the members of the 118 raced to rescue a man who claims he was carjacked, shot, and buried alive. Then, allegedly, they arrive at a home where the owner thinks her roommate is a ghost.
Which doesn't happen.
Which, you know, that whole storyline is a ghost, because it just doesn't exist. Hen receives a visit from the past, and Athena and family are concerned that Harry is still haunted by visions of Jeffrey. And our triggers include a baby at threat and CPR performed on a baby, childhood PTSD, another child at threat, different kind of threat, claustrophobia, gun violence, and trigger for therapy.
There was therapy?
Yeah, Harry.
Oh, right.
But I guess if you get triggered by people going to therapy, then it is important to know that at some point in this episode, Harry will go to therapy and have a scene with his therapist.
You know what was great when I actually started watching this episode, since it's been a while, like a few weeks since we actually watched any 911. For one thing, it was nice to go back to see everybody again.
Yes.
But also, I had forgotten everything about the summary and everything. So I just went in completely blind. I had no idea what was happening. And this beginning scene here was actually really exciting. Like, not exciting, but terrifying because, this guy's trapped underground, or probably, you don't really have any idea what's going on for a while.
Yes, what's wild is I have zero memory about watching this episode the first time. Like, I went back because I wrote notes the first time I watched through the show for like my initial reactions, and I had to go back and check my notes to make sure that I'd actually watched this episode and not somehow skipped it. Yeah, turns out I watched it. I just have zero memory of it at all.
It's not a very memorable episode.
No, but it's like, how normally you rewatch it and you're like, oh, that's right. Zero memory. It was like watching it for the first time again. I was like, oh.
You must have been half asleep while you're watching it the first time or something.
Apparently.
I am very surprised considering it does contain your favourite Taylor Kelly.
I know. Yeah. Taylor's doing investigative journalism.
Yes.
And yep, zero memory. Soz Taylor. I still love you.
Kicking ass and taking names.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, it starts off with May taking a 911 call, and she can hear, can't hear anything except someone breathing heavily, and to start with, it's like, oh God, what kind of call is this going to be? But no, he does eventually say, help me, I think I'm dying, and then she's like, can you tell me your address? And he's like, I'm not anywhere. It's like, that is not helpful at all, dude.
It turns out that he is underground in a wooden box and tells me that he thinks he's been buried alive. And at that point, the camera pans up through several feet of dirt and then keeps going up above to show an isolated section of a forest. So yeah, he has been buried alive.
He has been Dean Winchestered.
He has.
Well, I didn't think of that until much later when he starts trying to dig himself out.
But despite the fact that he's buried alive and he has kind of no idea where he is, they still do manage to find semi-section of the forest that he's in. I'm guessing that they're triangulating or doing whatever magic that May does with cell phones to sort of narrow down this section of the forest that the call is coming from.
It's pretty good that he's still got cell reception,
Tell me what carrier he is with, because that's pretty damn impressive. That's still working out in the middle of the forest, underground.
Underground, yeah.
Literally, I couldn't even get phone service in the nursing home when I was there the other day.
Oh, no. Yeah, they've got a helicopter and the 118.
I don't know what the helicopter thinks it can do. Because
yeah, if this guy's buried...
Yeah, he's like, I've been buried alive, and the helicopter's like, cool, let me just see through the ground. But I guess they have to, just in case he's not, or just in case they can see, the freshly dug grave. Or maybe they'll
nighttime,
see people in shovels.
But from that...
with shovels.
It's impressive. Fire 1 is impressive. It's always cool when they bring the helicopter out. I don't know what it lends to this scene, but
I mean, the pilot literally says we're looking for a needle in a haystack. It's like...
Yeah, the pilot's I also don't know why I'm here right now. But hey, I'm getting paid overtime, so let's do it.
Uh-huh.
Yep. And Fire 1, which is the designation for the helicopter, then introduces the 118, which have just rolled up to the scene. And then we get Exposition Fire Captain, who does that thing where I don't know how long it's taken them to drive to the scene, but Bobby hasn't said a word to anybody about what it is they're about to walk into until they're on the scene and getting out of the truck. And I know that it's so that he can deliver the exposition. It just seems so unrealistic that he wouldn't brief them on the way.
They're driving to the scene and they're all completely silent, ignoring each other, and they're just like, so Bobby, and he's like, shh.
It's like, it's a surprise.
But we're going into the woods. Where are we?
Bobby, are you trying to kill us? Like, shh. You'll find out when we get there. He's just been watching The Lion King too much.
So Bobby does his exposition. He does some questionable math about, the air capacity and how long Edgar has left. It doesn't make sense. I'm not even going to go into it.
Yeah, I don't know why he brought a calculator out to the woods, but sure, go off.
That's what he's been doing on the ride. He's been sitting there trying to do the math.
Yeah, stop talking to me. I'm trying to...
He's sitting there with a tape measure and he's counting on his fingers. And Buck is just like, what the fuck is he doing? And he's like, shh.
Damn it, I must count. The one helpful thing is that while they're discussing the possible scenario that they're going to find when they find this guy, Bobby does tell them, but he is still alive because dispatch has him on the line. Hopefully they can keep him talking. And Hen says, and not hyperventilating, cut to the gentleman in the box whose name is Edgar, hyperventilating as he starts
immediately
to freak out.
hyperventilating. Like, he's freaking the fuck out. May's like, stay calm. And he's like, don't tell me to stay calm!
She's trying to explain to him that the faster you breathe, the more oxygen, and then, like, basically you're going to run out, so shut up. And he's like, but
oh my God, I'm going to run out of oxygen!
And then we cut to Taylor Kelly, who somehow has found out about this scene. I'm guessing that she's been listening to her police radio.
She has a police
Yeah,
radio,
like,
probably.
I'm going to say it's the police radio, but how funny would it be if on the way, while Bobby's doing his calculations and not talking to them all, Buck's texting her, just like, Bobby's being real weird right now. Like, we're heading out to the forest, he won't tell us anything, and Taylor's like, heading out to the forest, eh?
Or she's...
Why do you think that's happening?
Or she's got a tracking device on Buck's phone, and she's just following him from call to call.
She's using Find My Friends, and she's like, why is Buck going into the forest?
No.
Either way, she has managed to doll herself up and haul herself and the camera crew out to the forest, where she is reporting on the someone being buried alive in the Angeles National Forest. But she seems to know a lot about the case, including that the man was shot and buried alive.
So yeah, definitely police scanner, but still, it'd be real funny if Buck, like, who knew nothing about it, was updating her on the thing. Maybe she should be updating him on the thing. Like, oh, we're going out to the forest, and she's like, yeah, a guy got shot and buried alive. What are you saying, Buck? Like,
The helicopter pilot now says that infrared penetration is not optimal, so obviously they're actually scanning the forest with their infrared.
yeah, they're doing their best, but the Angeles National Forest is fucking massive.
Which is why I was surprised that they were so freaking close when they started.
It's also, I also don't know why they go from Santa Monica, because, like, we know that they've done jobs at Santa Monica, but now they're doing jobs in the Angeles National Forest. Like, they have a really big catchment area that seems to do, like...
We have talked about the fact that it seems they just go everywhere.
They go everywhere except for Disneyland.
Like,
we don't go to Anaheim. That's a hard no.
Especially considering they are the 118s, you would assume that there would be like a 117 or 116. Like there would be houses with lower numbers, like closer perhaps to the forest.
But yeah,
maybe it just depends on who's available at the time to be routed to that.
It's always the 118.
It's always
but yeah, no, I just wanted to see how big the Angeles National Forest, and yeah, it's massive.
Right. Well, they've narrowed it down to using the cell signal, but it's not great. Buck is using some sound detection device.
This
I
was
don't
so
know if this
stupid.
I assume it's a real thing, but like
I could not find it.
My dad has one.
A sound detector?
It's like a magnifier for sounds, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, my dad has one.
I thought it was
you put on
complete.
headphones.
what does he use it for?
I don't know, he's got binoculars too. It's a sticky beak. We haven't used it in ages actually, but yeah, he used to take it on holidays with us, and we used to listen to, like, when the duck hunters were there, we'd listen to see what they were talking about. Because we've got a creek that's like,
really
on
is
the
a sticky
neighbouring
beak
property.
thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's just bored.
Alright, I completely thought that the show made that up for like exposition and storyline purposes, but
No, we have one.
okay, but the thing is, Buck has it pointed on the ground, right where he and the rest of the 118 are walking. And
oh, he'd 100% just be able to hear his footsteps.
he can't
like
hear
everyone,
anything.
You have to shut up to be able to work it out. But yeah.
Yeah, well, there's also a lot of people there in the forest and trucks and everything. Like heaps of people there trying to find this guy. And
Buck would
so
not be
how
able
he
to
can
hear anything with that stupid device if they're walking and talking and crunching. and holding
Yeah, you
this
can
thing.
get. I mean, I'm assuming the one that the 118 has is a bit better, but you can get them for $140 on Amazon.
So you can listen to your neighbours talking.
We've had one since I was a kid, so it's probably really shit compared to the ones that are like around now.
Okay.
But yeah, we've had one forever. Like I've used it so many times that like when Buck had one, I was like, oh yeah. Didn't realize it wasn't a thing that like everyone else just had in their house.
Well, I mean, the stupidest thing about it is that then, where is this now? Like Bobby basically tells everyone to shut up.
A little
that
bit,
Buck can actually
a
hear.
little bit later on. But yeah, that's eventually, it's like Buck's been sweeping with this thing, wondering why the fuck he can't hear anything. And then Bobby goes, oh, maybe everyone should be really quiet and we'll, send the helicopter away so that it is actually silent and he can, use this device the way God intended it to be used.
Yeah, the helicopter is there too. It's
Yes! Meanwhile, Edgar is continuing to freak the fuck out and decides to get a little bit violent, start, releasing some of his frustration and anxiety through punching the box.
Typical man.
And he's like really happy with his progress because as he's punching, he's breaking the wooden box and he's thinking that he's making progress, forgetting that if he is indeed buried alive, then those wooden planks that he's breaking through is all that is between him and the however many feet of soil that he has been buried
soil
under.
That has just been shoveled on top.
So as soon as he cracks through those boards, said dirt starts pouring in on top of him, reducing his oxygen supply even more. So that's when we get to
he's panicking, isn't he?
Well, yeah, that's when they get the idea of everybody shut the fuck up. And May is going to get Edgar to use what little oxygen he has left to make as much noise as he can in the hopes that Buck will be able to pick something up on his, Scanatron.
Apparently people use them for bird watching.
But again, they're holding it up in the air and they're very, very quiet. They're not, sweeping it across the ground in front of their feet as they're crunching through crunching through all of the stuff underfoot.
And trying to hear a sound underground.
Yes.
Like, I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter because for the drama,
yes, for the
May
drama.
tells Edgar
I'm usually the one that's like, this is so unrealistic. And instead I'm just like, yes, this absolutely, Buck with the hearing device, this absolutely checks out. I would have done this with my hearing device thing if I had someone buried.
You have a slight advantage in that I was 100% certain that they had made that device up for the show. I did not realise that it actually existed.
Next week they'll be using binoculars and Bex is like, there's just some magical thing that lets them see far ahead.
I
like,
know what binoculars are. My God.
Yeah, May tells Edgar to scream now. Scream now. And he does, and May's like, ow, because it's like he's screaming directly into the phone, apparently.
Which causes feedback through her. Yeah, I don't know. But it works.
It works and Buck can hear it.
Yes.
For the drama. The drama. And then Buck runs over and starts digging with his hands again. Like,
because that's what he does. No one gives this poor guy a shovel.
No.
I was more like, how did you manage to pinpoint the exact spot that he was buried in, considering you were just listening and the sound didn't exactly give you a longitude and latitude to run towards. But I'm going to give him the benefit.
I didn't get that, but it's fine. Yeah.
I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt that he saw that like the ground was compacted, except that this one section over here that was a lot looser and a lot darker because it had been dug up recently. So that's why I started digging there.
Yeah. And he's really good at listening.
Really?
Apparently. Only when he has this strange device.
He's only good at listening to hearing people scream, not actually, when they're talking to him.
Yeah.
He's still a man, okay? Give him a break.
Well, anyway, they dig down, they find the box, they open it and pull the guy out. And he's aspirated the dirt. And then as he comes around as they're looking at him and he goes, I'm so sorry, Lizzie.
Yeah, because for the first time ever, we have like a random NPC female paramedic.
Yeah, there's people there who aren't 118.
And she has lines. And she had like
Yeah,
the camera
she has
is
lines.
focusing on her for the sole purpose of Edgar looking at her and calling her Lizzie, and then Buck going, "I thought your name was Julie," to make us understand that this was, Edgar was, something was going on with him, that the name Lizzie was important. But I'm looking at this woman
next
going,
part
was like, why are you suddenly here? And we never see her again.
Yeah, that's it. Like, she's literally just appears and then vanishes again. Like, just to be like, my name's
Just to
Julie.
let us know what's happening with
Yes.
Lizzie.
But yeah, this part did make me laugh so hard because
Yeah.
so Taylor's there still reporting, and she's just like, yeah, we've had no official word from rescue personnel based on radio communication. The search has been going on for well over, and then the camera just like zooms in on the guy rescued, and she's like, "Oh, he's been found. There you see, yep, there you see him. First responders literally pulling him from the ground, probably, I guess. We don't have an identity, but he seems to be. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's moving, so he's probably alive."
Yeah, that's on the ground reporting right there.
Good job,
Good
Taylor.
Taylor.
She's very good at like literally reporting on everything that's happening on the scene, because as she's telling the viewers, "Oh yeah, he's been found and he's alive," Detective Ranson drives onto the scene, so she turns to the camera and goes, "Investigators are now beginning to arrive as the next phase of this mystery begins." Like, thanks, Taylor.
Like, yes, I'm right here. Thanks. Yeah, we saw that.
Thanks for letting us know.
So this next part, like we've taken quite an extended break from 911 over the holiday period.
Yeah, this is our first time
been...
actually talking about 911 this year. I know you all got Brawl and Subblock 911 a couple of weeks ago, but that was recorded 2025. This is our first time in 2026.
That was recorded in like week 1 of Heated Rivalry. Like it was a while ago.
No, it was after episode 4 because we.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, because
it was all about the club scene.
The club scene at the end of that episode.
Oh, that's right, because episode 6 aired on like the day after Christmas. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway. So
let's not get derailed by that again.
Yeah, we're not talking about Heated Rivalry this time, I swear. But it's been like ages since we watched this show. And I was listening to the Supernatural Then and Now podcast literally the day that I watched this episode. And they were like, they were talking about some show that they'd been watching and how good it is when they, like, when when TV shows don't spoon feed their audience, because they're like, network TV shows tend to just think that the audience is dumb, so they spoon feed everything, and it's nice to watch something that isn't spoon fed. And I was like, yeah, like, I agree. It's really nice to watch things that, like, they don't think that the audience is an idiot and blah, 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 blah.
And then you watch 911.
Lou turns up and I'm just like, why is it being so dramatic about this cop? And then it, like, very, very specifically zooms in on the scar on his neck. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. He goes, and I'm like, oh, my fucking God, I am the idiot network TV viewer that they have to spoon feed.
Well, it has been,
but
like, it feels
weeks.
like ages ago
so
that
long.
we last saw him in the hospital, but it was only a couple of episodes ago,
Well,
right?
this is episode 7,
maybe
so he got, the last time we saw him was, episode 3, so it's been 4 episodes.
Yeah, it has not been.
It's been a month.
Okay, so it's been a little while. Yeah, all right.
But it was just so funny because I was literally like, yeah, I'm sick of being spoon-fed. And then they're like, remember this guy? See how he's got the scar?
And
I'm
you're
like,
grabbing,
yeah.
like, they're like, here comes the aeroplane, and you're like mouth open just waiting for it.
Literally. It was so
But
funny.
it's also, it's a really ugly scar. Like, I know that he did get, like, his throat slashed, but, they could have got, like, a plastic surgeon to help out or something. Like, it's a really awful, like, big, red, like, angry-looking scar.
I mean,
It's been a month. Leave the poor guy alone.
not to get too into it, because it is very much for the drama, but it was a couple of days between him being his throat slashed and him being found, so the wound had probably started to heal a little bit.
True, yeah.
And then he is an LAPD detective. I don't know that the insurance covers cosmetic surgery, especially elective cosmetic surgery, because the cops
did they just
health
tap
insurance
him together
have gone,
with
yeah, they've gone, okay, you're all fixed. You're no longer bleeding. Everything's on the inside now. That should be on the inside. You're good to go.
Oh, yeah.
So
Anyway.
yeah, there probably are in-universe reasons for why it looks like that, but externally it's for the drama. I just thought it was ridiculous that he walked up to a random search and rescue worker and goes, "Where's Bobby?" And they immediately knew who he was talking about.
Yeah, not even where's Captain Nash? Like, what?
Or what is the name of the person that's running the scene? Like the one,
The incident controller?
Yeah, where's the incident commander? Like,
yeah, where's the IC? Like, no,
Yeah,
just
no.
where's Bobby?
Where's Bobby? And they're like, "Oh, he's over there." Like, excellent, thank you. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
There's no point in the next scene. It's just a little bit more exposition as we fill Lou in with the fact that the guy was shot, buried alive, says that he was carjacked, mentions something about Lizzie, perhaps his wife, and that he tried to claw his way out of the coffin, a la Dean Winchester.
Yeah, Lou's a bit confused as like he's like a coffin. I thought the victim said it was a carjacking. So apparently carjackers now dig holes and bring coffins. But so they're working through it, and this next part, or maybe after the scene next, like the whole mystery of this is just completely exposition. It's like they just tell us everything.
Yeah,
They don't show us anything. It's just all just people talking about what happened. So,
Okay,
yeah.
but I'm going to say that I do quite enjoy the way that they tell us this. For me, anyway.
I mean, it's the style of like a detective mystery, like a...
I was enjoying the way that they were telling us, and I didn't actually care that they were just spoon-feeding me and not showing the mystery.
I'm very surprised that you liked it, because this is very much like one of those murder mysteries that there's no way you can guess, because like at least the locked gate mystery from last year, like last season.
Yeah.
They're like, yes, there's a gun, yes, there's a dog, yes, she's like mad at things. And so you're like, oh yeah, it all makes sense. Whereas this, it's like, it's so, what?
I think it's because they are making no attempt to make it be a classical mystery. Like, they're not even making any bones of, oh yes, we're going to, like, they might be calling it a mystery, but there's nothing in the narrative that sets it up as a mystery.
People are like, we don't want this show to be a cop show. And they're like, okay, cool, it's a show with cops near it.
I just enjoyed
It's like, okay.
I will get to it when we get to it, but the way that they've written it, the way that they cut the scenes, I quite enjoyed that. So I was willing to switch my brain off and just enjoy the pretty people for a little while.
Yeah, fair.
But unfortunately, we do have to deal with Harry in this episode as well. So we're going to start with...
Oh, bless him.
We're going to start with
Harry's
him.
going through it.
He really is, and I will say that considering that this show is, sometimes very adverse to showing people going through shit when they've had bad stuff happen to them, I do like that we are being allowed to continue to see Harry go through it. They are giving him.
Was Harry in the last episode?
Well, no, the last episode was all about being in the prison, so no.
Yeah, cool. No, I was just trying to work out how because obviously they switched the episodes, and I was like,
Because
did they have to switch scenes around? But
no, because Brawl in Cell Block 911 was pretty much a bottle episode.
Yeah,
it could have gone anywhere type thing. in the universe.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. So Harry is at school. He's waiting for May to come pick him up. She is running late, which just gives him the opportunity to see one of the dads drive up to pick up their kid, and Harry gets triggered because the guy is like white dude, brown hair, similar facial features to Jeffrey, driving a dark car like Lou's car, and Harry's off to the races. He thinks that he's seen Jeffrey.
To be fair,
yeah,
I absolutely relate to Harry. Yeah. Like, oh my god, it's a white guy with dark hair. It's fucking Jeffrey again. Oh no, wait. Apparently, it's not.
It's a bit of a flashback type thing as well, because we see like him remembering Jeffrey throwing him into the car and stuff. But then May is there and she like snaps him out of it by sort of calling his name. She's like, "Didn't you hear me calling you?" And
yeah, what the fuck are you doing, little brother?
Yeah, but May's got to drop him at home before she goes to
No,
work,
she's dropping him at therapy.
Oh, yeah.
She's taking him to therapy before she starts her shift. But we get our first reference to ghosts in this episode.
Is this the only time we get any kind of reference to being haunted or ghosts?
Chim won't stop talking about ghosts. His entire storyline is him thinking that he's chasing ghosts.
Yeah, the writers just remembered again that Jennifer Love Hewitt was in Ghost Whisperer and they thought it was funny. They forgot for like a good 3 years and then they're like, hey, remember that time?
Like, this entire episode is about kind of at least the members of the 118 well, at least Harry's being haunted, Hen and Karen are being haunted. I don't know what the hell Chim is doing, but they couldn't use haunted because they've already used that as an episode title. Well, I don't know what he's doing. Yeah, so there are going to be a lot of references to ghosts and being haunted, but it doesn't actually make thematic sense. Especially once you've removed that storyline about the ghost roommate. I think that might have been the linchpin that really sort of made the episode theme work, and now it no longer works.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, apparently Michael has dobbed him in to his therapist because he caught him looking at... Sorry, dobbing in, I don't know if that's an Australian...
snitching.
Oh, yeah.
Snitching
but
for
he
you
snitched,
Americans.
yeah. He snitched. He told the therapist that Harry was looking at a Jeffrey Hudson website. Justice for Jeffrey Hudson. We saw him doing that at the end of one of the episodes.
One of them, yeah.
And so the therapist is like, it's normal to be curious about him, blah, blah. And Harry's like, I can't believe my dad showed you this. It's like, so embarrassing. But yeah, he doesn't want to talk about it. He doesn't want to be doing therapy. Everyone wants him to move on and he's not interested in reliving any of it.
Well, he's not interested in reliving it if it means that once he's talked about it, he has to forget about it and he can never talk about it again. I think he's not interested in moving on if moving on means pretending that it never happened, which is like what everybody wants him to do. Just go back to normal, be the Harry that they knew before. But he's not the Harry that they knew before. He's been changed and he wants that acknowledged. But he feels like the grown-ups in his life are not willing to do that. So it's like, well, if I'm not allowed to move on, I'm going to like plant my heels and I'm just going to stay right here in this trauma.
Yeah, I mean, at least they haven't swept all of this under the rug. Like, I hate that he has to go through this, but
see, like I said, it's nice that he's being allowed to go through this and we're being shown that he's going through it. And then we get Harry telling his therapist that he sees Jeffrey, not in his dreams, when he's awake. So he's admitting to the flashbacks and the hallucinations. Well, not hallucinations, it's more he's just seeing people that look like Jeffrey and it's triggering the flashbacks and it's triggering he's re-traumatizing himself.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if the therapist told this to Michael. Like, she shouldn't really be telling Michael all of the details, but at least he told Athena, and Athena is telling Bobby that, the therapist thinks she had a breakthrough.
I really hope that she just said, we've had a breakthrough, and not this is the breakthrough that we had. Because, that would be, not that I know anything about therapy, especially when it's like childhood therapy, but I have a feeling that's a huge violation.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, she'd have to make sure it was okay with Harry to share anything with his parents if she was planning on it. And I doubt he wants that shared.
Well, especially considering how Athena takes the news that he's finally opening up to his therapist. She's pissy because he's not opening up to her. Like, ma'am, you can't... he's got to open up to someone. Just be happy that he's opening up to someone at all.
Yeah. Bobby's trying to calm her down, like, something terrible happened to him. He's trying to understand what's happened. And Athena's just mad that he went on the website and looked at the things that Jeffrey wrote about, or his followers, whatever, his fans, wrote about her. So anyway, I hope she's still going to therapist. Actually, she does say at some point, that's what my therapist said. So she's seen someone at least one time.
Yeah, she saw it that one time.
Yeah, she's just relying on everything that her therapist said that one time. We're in hospital. We are watching Edgar inhale chocolate pudding while Lou questions him about...
This scene is actually really cute as well because, he's being kind of edgy about, like, the whole thing. But as Lou is questioning him, Taylor Kelly comes in. She just, like,
and he has
sweeps into the room.
Taylor Kelly, so, yeah.
And Alice just sort of doesn't pay attention to anything else that's happening in this scene.
Neither does Edgar.
No, he's
I also laughed when he's like, oh yeah, the guy had one of those things on, what do you call it?
Oh, the baklava. Yeah, he had baklava
on
his face.
Balaclava.
He was close.
Yeah,
I mean, he had correct letters, so just in the wrong order.
Yeah.
But yes, so Taylor swoops in with a giant balloon bouquet and a teddy bear, which I'm sure that she expensed to Channel 8.
100%. Yeah.
And
use the company credit card.
Unfortunately for Lou, Edgar seems to be more than willing to talk to Taylor. In fact, Edgar seems to have forgotten that Lou is in the room at all.
Yeah. Like, Lou's like, oh, you should probably leave. And Edgar's like, no, she can stay. I'm a big fan.
Except...
And Lou's like, all right.
Then Taylor starts asking, maybe you'd like to do an on-camera interview. And he's like, oh, yeah, I don't remember much. She's like, well, maybe we can interview your wife. My wife's not here. She's on a cruise. And everything that Taylor says, like, oh, we can call the cruise ship. Yeah, it's the ticket wasn't in her name. Yeah, but she'll be on the manifest. We can still, yeah, but it's just, and Lou notices how reluctant Edgar is to give any kind of definitive information. And he's like, oh, that's interesting.
He's being very cagey.
He's being very cagey, but it's more that he got more information out of Edgar being cagey with Taylor than he did just talking to Edgar himself.
Yeah.
And eventually Edgar pulls the, I don't feel so good. I got shot and got buried alive and I'm really tired. I think I just need to rest. Like, you could leave a card, and Taylor and Lou both rip out business cards and smack them down on the table.
And then Lou's like, oh, you might want to call me first. If you're in trouble, I can help you. But Taylor's like, after they leave the room, she's like, that was weird, right? he's like, obviously
Taylor's
lying.
trying to be friends with Lou, and Lou's like, I don't want to be friends with you.
Lou's reaction to Taylor is really interesting. And I was trying to remember whether there was anything in the Jeffrey Hudson episodes where Taylor was obstructive, or whether she butted in, or whether she leaked details to the public that the police, whether there was any reason for the animosity that Lou was showing. And then I realized that Taylor wasn't in those episodes. So there's no reason for him to be hating on her as hard as he is right now, except for the fact that he's police and she's a journalist.
She's just getting in the way.
But she's shown that she's
literally just existing, yeah.
But we've seen, in the past, Taylor has assisted. She was instrumental in the Sue Blevins case. So I don't understand why Lou is having the reaction that he's having to her in this episode, except for that it sets up the two of them sort of butting heads as they try to work. They're at odds as they're working on the same case.
Yeah, I think they just wanted to show, oh, look, cops don't like reporters, but they didn't build up to it.
Yeah, it's weird. To the point where Lou is saying, I'll give you this one little piece of information on the case. I'm going to put a uniformed officer on Mr. Hill's door to stop you from coming back and talking to him.
Yeah, it's weird. I did laugh. It's funny when Taylor's like, oh, what kind of carjacker puts someone in a coffin? And Lou's like, oh, your firefighter boyfriend tell you about that? Taylor's like, no, I watched
I was
a coffin
literally
I was
there.
being
there.
pulled out of a hole and put in the back of a van.
You
like,
saw me
I-
on the scene. You knew. that
Literally, like, I said hi to you. We waved. Like, did you get brain damage while also getting your neck cut? Because, like, we literally had a full-on conversation, Lou.
Yeah.
While they were pulling a coffin out of the hole next to us.
He just-
I even said, wow, cool coffin. Like, how have you forgotten
He
all
just
this?
seems very resentful, and it doesn't seem. I don't know why. It just seems weird. Speaking of weird, or maybe not, but I don't know how to segue from Lou and Taylor doing their thing to Chim driving down a stretch of road with Ji-yoon in the back.
Yeah, it
Once.
is kind of a weird segue, like a weird scene change. Like, it's not one of their usual like thematic scene changes where they can pass
Maybe
it
it's-
easily.
Maybe it's because it's like we go to commercial after Lou and Taylor, and then when we come back from commercial, we're with Chim, so they're not trying to be clever about the transition. But yes, Chim is on his way to Boston, following the lead that Buck gave him at the end of whatever episode that was. Was that Brawl? Was that in Brawl and Cell Block 911? I can't even remember.
No, it was the episode before that.
Okay, cool. Whatever. I really don't care. It's a stupid storyline. But basically, he heard bells, which is apparently a very, very specific set of bells, which Buck is very, very certain belongs to a church in Boston. And then Hen goes, you know that those bells, they also have a set of those in Burbank, like in California.
I laughed so hard, and she was just like, "Are you fucking kidding me right now?"
It's
like,
like,
I'm saying, Buck, what are you doing to me?
Those credits, like, I swear to God, Hen, if I drive to the Eastern Seaboard with my infant daughter and Maddie is somewhere in the 818, I'm going to kill Buck. And then I'm going to bring him to the point of death, and with my non-insubstantial paramedic skills, I will revive him, and then I will kill him again.
Oh, God.
Hen's like, why would she be in Boston?
Yeah.
But, you know, she used to live there, and that's where she went to medical school. No, she was in nursing school there.
Yes.
And she and Doug barely saw each other, so she was happy.
Yeah, it was the happiest part of her marriage.
When she never saw her husband.
When she didn't see her husband.
Yeah.
Which then Hen segues to talking about herself by going, what is everybody's obsession with revisiting the past? And Chim's like, oh, that seems very pointed. What's going on with you? And apparently Eva is back. Because that's apparently all the writers can think to do with Hen is Eva.
Yeah. When she said that, I'm just like, no, really?
Yes,
Don't
really.
care
Eva
about
Eva wants to come to the station and talk.
Yeah.
And Hen doesn't know what would be worse, talking to her ex or telling her wife that she talked to her ex.
Yeah, turns out that it was the latter. But anyway,
Yes.
like, there's got to be a reason Maddie's gone back to her past. Maybe she's chasing ghosts.
Or telling ghost stories or something. I don't fucking
I don't know.
She wants to whisper to them. But Chim thinks maybe he's the one chasing ghost.
Which
Which is fair. I mean, I don't know how long he's been on the road. We have left him for like a couple of months at this point, just driving around aimlessly. I mean, to him, it's probably only been a week.
Well, I mean, if he's trying to go from California to Boston, that's like literally across the country.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, that's several days' drive, especially with a baby. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
what the hell?
Yeah, I do not envy him driving that much. Although it looks like they've written that Ji-yoon is good in her car seat. I could not imagine doing that with one of my kids who absolutely hated his car seat. Like screaming until he threw up, hated his car seat.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had one of them too. It was all right for short distances, but we went up the coast and, that was not a good idea.
Just want to say, I put Autumn in her car crate and she just goes to sleep. And then we get to the other end and I take her out of her car crate and she just exists.
Very
and then I
reasonable of Autumn.
put her back in and then she
Yes.
just goes back to sleep. So another point for dogs over children, but you know,
Yeah.
whatever. You enjoy your offspring.
Speaking of offspring, Michael is talking to his eldest offspring, who is...
I thought you were about to, like, launch into singing or something, speaking of the offspring, you know?
I liked the offspring. They were great.
Love the offspring.
Yes.
Even if they did only know, like, 3 chords. But, you know, the dude was a
okay.
biochemical... Like, he had a PhD in chemistry or something, so he can be forgiven for, you know... Oh, yeah, he was wicked smart.
Speaking of Boston, apparently Bex just got back.
Oh, me? Other Bex.
You just said wicked smart.
Oh.
Such a Boston thing.
Boston. Go to Boston to get some coffee. That was horrible. Anyway.
That was awful.
Apologies to people from Boston.
Yeah, hopefully we don't have anyone from Boston in
Michael and May, yes.
But we're
Michael
really sorry.
And May are May is pretty much chastising her father for not getting in touch with his feelings, and communicating his feelings about Harry's ordeal. Because
why aren't you going to therapy, Dad?
Of all of the parents, Michael seems to be the one that's of the forget about it, move on, pretend it never happened school of thought.
Yeah.
Whereas May is of the let's all hold hands and sing Kumbaya and talk about our feelings together as a family. That's literally the scene.
Yeah, pretty much.
But Harry heard them talk. He was in the other room and he heard what they were saying to each other.
Yes, because the part that I left out, which is probably the important part, is that May noted that despite the therapist in a previous episode telling Michael and Athena that it was important for Harry to go back to the house because them allowing him to stay away was reinforcing that the house was scary and they needed to teach him that the house was not scary, it was Jeffrey that was scary. Despite them doing that, Harry has still not returned to the house. And neither has Michael. Yeah. And that's and then we cut to Harry and you're like, oh, what is Harry going to do with that information?
Also, like, maybe don't talk really openly and loudly about the child who is literally sitting in the next room. Michael's apartment's not that big. It's an apartment. Where did they think Harry was going to be?
I'm going to assume that they assumed that he was, like buried deep into whatever device. Assuming they allowed him to have his laptop.
He's looking at his
He's looking at the Justice for Jeffrey Henson website. He's not paying attention to what we're saying.
He's good. He won't listen.
Then it's Eva. Fuck. Okay. Eva's doing the 12 steps. She's up to like step 8, maybe step 9, which is all about the like doing amends to people, which is why she's come to talk to Hen.
Apparently she can't just send a text. She has to bother Hen at work.
Yeah, like I had a quick look at the steps. I don't know that it's useful to be forcing people who were the victims of the shit that you did while you were high or drunk to listen to you again. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it might be good for you, but not for them.
Yeah, it's good for Eva, but it's not necessarily good for Hen, and in this instance,
especially
Karen.
When she starts talking about Denny, and so Hen's hackles immediately go up, and she's just like, have you been talking to Denny? Like, why you can't have Denny?
Stay away from my kid.
Yeah, they've already been over this, but it's all come back.
It's like, we've done this, I get it, I don't care.
No, she was just thanking Hen for not alienating her son and telling her that, you know, when she does speak to Denny about her to please continue to be kind. And apparently she's moving.
Yeah, and tell him the truth. Oh, yeah, and she's moving. So
to
fuck off.
Oregon, of all places. And if that scene wasn't bad enough, we then have Hen go home and, in the interests of being transparent with her wife, lets her know that Eva came by the firehouse. And then Karen immediately goes into a panic spiral because...
We do have to mention when Hen first walks in.
Oh, yes.
And Karen goes, how was your shift? And Hen goes, weird. And Karen's just so nonchalant. She's just like, weird how? Bust through a building weird, or a woman's face fell off weird. Like, she's so sick of the 118 shit. And then Hen's like, and Eva walked into work weird, and Karen's like, yeah, no, that's
not
fucked.
weird.
What the fuck? Why would you, yeah. Yeah, thinking it was just a weird emergency that they're all so used to by this point.
Yeah, so Karen freaks out about it, and
which she has, the show has shown us, she has legitimate reason to be freaked out. But I just hate that these two, their storylines is Karen's insecurity over Hen and Eva, and the reminder that Hen is a cheater and has the capacity to cheat.
Yeah, and shoddy foster practices.
Yes.
That's literally their entire storylines.
Hen was going to med school. Why can't we go back to the med school shit? Bring back April Nardini. She was annoying, but at least she was better than this stuff.
Oh, right. So yeah, Karen obviously gets her back up. Hen's like, that's not fair. And Karen's like, fair? You cheated on me with her. Did you forget? And Hen's like, I didn't have to tell you this. It's like, the fuck? That's not gonna help, Hen. What the fuck are you doing?
I know that that's probably a realistic conversation to be having, but do we have to be having this conversation at all?
Yeah, it's so dumb.
Anyway, and then Karen makes it all worse by Hen sort of believes that Eva is leaving town, and Karen's like, how can you believe that? And storms out. It's like, because she said she was going to? I don't know. Why would she lie about it?
Because she's Eva, and she's a lying liar who lies. And she will say anything she can to fuck up their lives. And get in Hen's pants. Apparently.
Yep.
Okay. So from there, we return to presumably Boston. I'm guessing it's Boston. Chim has pulled up into a parking garage, which I think is attached to a hotel. He's got G out of the car. He is dragging his little wheelie suitcase across an air bridge that connects the parking garage to the hotel when he hears a woman start screaming. And he is the only person there's at least 5 other men in suits around him at this point, but he is the only person who immediately rushes over to this woman's aid. And she has pulled her very, very young baby out of the backseat of her car. He is unresponsive, he is unconscious, and he has blood gushing from his nose.
Yeah, this is one of those scenes where the baby is sort of sometimes a baby and sometimes a resuscitation
it's so
dummy.
Much a doll. The whole time it's a doll.
No, the baby is there some of the time,
but they close up on its face and it's just doll. It's why are you closing up on it, closing up on a doll? Don't stay further shots away. Don't close up on the doll. But yeah, Chim does some great first aid because he grabs the baby. He uses the woman's suitcase to used as an exam table, but he also points at someone and says, you call 911, which is exactly what you're taught to do in a situation like this, because if you say someone call 911, everyone will assume that someone else will call 911, so you've got to single one person out and say, you call 911.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he did great. Good job, paramedic Chim. This was the one thing that I had notes about on my first watch. I was very impressed with this scene, and then I didn't comment on the rest of the episode. So clearly I was just excited that Chim was existing again, and then got
being
bored
competent.
Again.
Yeah.
Yeah, and being competent. Go Chim.
And give it up for the Boston EMS service, because no sooner does Chim say, you call 911, we immediately hear sirens in the background.
Yeah, they're there, like that.
That response
the fire
time
station must be round the corner.
Yeah, clearly, I think that the hotel that he's staying at is actually on the EMS station.
It's
maybe he chose it specifically because he's I just need it to be near the ambulance dispatch.
I understand that for the episode they needed the paramedics to get there quickly, so they're not extending this scene. And if we had to deal with a 15-minute delay, it would be boring for the audience. But I'm just wow. That's
very
that's
impressive.
So impressive.
Good job,
So yes, EMS get there just as Chim manages to get the baby breathing.
So Chim starts doing CPR. He asks if anything happened. There was no fender bender, no slamming on the brakes. They just went to the aquarium and he was fine.
So no trauma
And
that's
then-
caused the baby's blood nose or to stop him to stop breathing.
But yeah, he does CPR. He does his little, like, you do the little finger pulses on
Like
babies.
the cutest
so he
little
does that.
CPR ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, then the baby wakes up just as Boston EMS comes in. So we hear the Boston paramedic talk, and Chim's just looking at the baby. So the camera stays on Chim and the baby, and Chim's like, "Yep, cool, newborn, bleeding from the nose, pulse is steady, breathing's returned, looking at possible vitamin K deficiency." And the paramedic just goes, "Sounds like someone trained you well," and then looks at Chim, and it's Eli!
Hey.
Who, if you have also forgotten, Eli was the one who trained Chim to be a paramedic back in the Gerard
Yeah, he was
118 days.
He was part of the 118 until he
So
decided.
he was the first to, like, reach out to Chim and befriend him.
Yes.
So he's the whole reason that Chim's a paramedic, so...
Yeah, nice to get him back.
I think this is like one of the few times that I'm actually happy about the 911 tendency to recycle characters.
Yeah, I do like Eli.
I'm like, hey, I like Eli. So he's like, what the hell are you doing in Boston, Howie? I'm like, oh my god, he doesn't know that his name's Chimney now, so he's going to call him Howie.
Like, oh, it's so cute.
And Chim says, chasing ghosts. I'm like,
Yeah.
really? Okay.
This again?
Yeah, like, Maddie's not dead. What do you mean chasing ghosts?
Yeah.
Anyway.
So you briefly go back, actually not briefly, this is the scene where they're going to do the detectiving.
Yes.
So we have at the LAPD station, we have Athena and Lou. Obviously, Athena hasn't seen Lou at all since he came back. So she's like, hey, heard you were back. You know, they missed each other, blah, blah. So they start talking about the case. And the reason that Athena heard about this was from Taylor Kelly talking about it on TV.
Well, see,
So-
I don't know how because she said, I heard that I heard that you caught a real head scratcher, and Lou says, did you hear that from Bobby? She said, no, I heard it from Taylor. Also, you posted a uniform officer to keep her out. And I want to know, how did she hear that from Taylor? Did Taylor say something about it on television? Or is she still having regular brunches with Athena
maybe she's
when
just-
Buck goes over to have brunch with
Yeah.
Bobby and Athena?
Oh, like,
They're
Taylor would have
besties.
bitched to Buck. Buck would have bitched to Athena. Athena's now bitching at Lou.
It's just there's a massive gap as to how Athena got this information, and it's a real shame that we don't know what happened.
Either that or she heard it on the police scanner. Like, someone was just like, oh yeah, I've got to do a fucking shift at the fucking hospital to keep fucking Taylor Kelly out.
Lou's entire defense is that woman is a menace, and I'm like, is she though? Like, we haven't actually seen any evidence of her being a particular menace to you.
She's just a working girl.
Who is working hard at Buck's place because she's using Buck's patio doors or balcony doors as her own, like, evidence board. She is working
She
this
is.
case, trying to figure
yeah.
out how Edgar Hill ended up buried alive and why he won't tell anyone what happened.
And yeah, this is where Buck says what we're all thinking again, because I was like, Taylor, just to let the cops do their job. And then Buck says, isn't that the police's job? I'm like, thank you, Buck.
But I really like
But
how...
Taylor is having too much fun.
And whoever edited this scene is also having too much fun, because the way they transition back and forth is so cute. So, like, Taylor picks up a can of Red Bull and starts sculling that, and then when we immediately cut to Lou lowering his cup of coffee. So the two
Yeah.
of them, even though they are like two different buildings, two different methods, they're completely in sync.
Mm-hmm.
And throughout the scene, they sort of cut back and forward as it's completely exposition. They just tell us everything about the case.
I like the bit where Taylor says, I'm sorry, Lizzie. That's what he said when you pulled him out of the hole, right? And Buck's like, I didn't tell you that. How do you know that? She's like, you think you're my only source? It's like, who
Then
told
it
you that?
It immediately cuts
Poor
back to
Buck.
Lou's office, and the first person to speak is Athena. So, what are these two like besties now? Are they,
Maybe.
Yeah, did Bobby
getting-
tell Athena, and Athena's
are they getting
Feeding
mad?
Gotta get in with
information
the
to Taylor?
daughter-in-law, okay? Yeah.
I mean, I would love to think that it's Athena and Taylor are like buddy buddies, but you're right. It's Bobby. He's such a drama queen. He loves his gossip. He's 100%.
You think Bobby told Taylor about it?
I think Buck told Bobby and Bobby told Athena.
Yeah, but then how did Taylor find out about that?
From Buck.
Athena told Taylor.
Look, between Athena, Bobby, Buck, and Taylor, there is information going backwards and forwards.
Yes.
It's not always logical. It's not always a straight line. But between the four of them, they all have like one brain cell at this point, and they're all
Just
working
handing it around.
pretty much. Yeah. But so between Lou and Athena working at LAPD and Buck and Taylor, well, Taylor, Buck's just kind of there for moral support and, look pretty, they're working the case. And they're working out that, they're working about where the boards for the coffin was purchased, because apparently it's not a, proper coffin, it's a DIY coffin, and the boards came from a particular store, and that Edgar was known at the store, and there was a van that was seen outside of his house before this all went down, and the wife was seen getting into the van. So,
but he went to the store, but he didn't buy anything because they couldn't find any records of him buying anything.
Yeah,
So Athena thinks he might have been visiting a friend. Anyway, it's a little confusing the way they explain it, but they eventually come to the conclusion that Taylor thinks there's something wrong with the marriage. There was life insurance policies involved,
Yep.
and they had a screaming match in the driveway over life insurance. So,
And
yeah.
As you do.
the
in driveway.
conclusion that they both come to is that what happened to Edgar was a professional hit, and they both agree on that, but then they differ in who they think did it. They think that Taylor thinks that the wife did it, and Lou is pretty sure that
Edgar did it.
Edgar did
No,
it.
Edgar.
We said the husband did it, which is Edgar, so I think maybe he's
Yes.
Edgar's faking it for the insurance, or... Anyway.
Hang on, the husband did it. He thinks he shot and buried himself? Like,
Yeah.
what?
Well, guys, like,
Lou, I'm not
gonna-
connecting loose dots here. What's going on?
Okay, let's read from the transcript. So Lou says Edgar's business is failing. He's about to lose everything he has, but Edgar still has the life insurance policies, and they're worth millions, just not as long as Lizzie is alive. When Buck says that does Taylor think that it was a professional hit, Athena asks whether the car that he got carjacked could have been a down payment on the job presumably on the wife. So I think Lou is thinking that he did get carjacked and thrown in the grave by the person that was supposed to be putting the hit out
That
on
he
Lizzie.
hired. his
Yeah, like
wife.
the guy
Yeah,
that
okay,
he
yeah.
hired has like double-crossed him or something.
Yeah, okay. I mean,
You're
it's
right.
it's really effective the way that they have like the split screen at the end with both of their faces on the screen. They both say it at the same time, but
Yes.
it's different.
Like I said,
Yeah.
I just enjoyed the way that they cut backwards and forwards, and the way that they edited it, and the way they cut it together. I wasn't actually paying attention to what they were saying. I was
No,
just having a good
obviously
time.
I wasn't either.
Same, yeah. I was just there for the ride. I wasn't actually
Yeah.
listening to them.
because now we're talking about it and I'm like,
Now-
wait
now that-
wait a minute.
Now that, we're actually, the glass is shattered, and I can't unsee that it made no fucking sense. But at the time, I was having a great time, and I was
I mean,
willing
it does
to
make
suspend
sense
my
if you-
disbelief. But we
Yeah,
shouldn't have to
but
think
you-
that hard about it. I mean, there's a difference between being spoon-fed and having to pull out the red yarn and set up your own kind of serial killer board to try and
Yes.
figure out what the show is talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's go with Karen to visit Eva.
Do we have to?
I don't know why she's doing this. So she goes, I don't know how she knows where. Is this the same place that Eva was living when?
No, because the place that the last time we saw her, it was really sketchy place. This is
it was like a
quite
motel room kind of thing.
I
Right?
don't know, but I mean that
Karen
was
just used her rocket scientist ways to triangulate the satellites.
She used the private detective that they hired to track down the Nia's burn.
Yeah, they've still got him on retainer.
She's got a private detective on retainer. She's like, I may as well use him.
Hen didn't agree to download Life 360, which is what Taylor told Karen to do. So she just hired a PI instead.
But basically, she needed to see for herself that Eva was actually moving, which she is. The room.
She came to help her pack her bags. Honestly, she's like...
The room is full of boxes. Eva is quite clearly moving. I mean, I guess the only thing that this scene kind of does is it does give Karen a little bit of closure. It does kind of put her insecurities to rest because Eva tells her that that Karen doesn't have to worry about Eva because Hen loves Karen too much. In fact, she loves Karen more than she loves Eva.
That's basically the gist of the whole scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Karen says that she's been worried about Eva since the third date she had with Hen. And Hen told Karen about Eva, and the hurt was so raw and so deep, Karen didn't know whether to pull Hen close or run away. And Eva goes, well, it seems like you made the right choice. And Karen goes, I remember when you called Hen to tell her that you were pregnant, that you needed her help. I thought, that's it, she's going back to Eva, they're going to be a family. Every time you call, that's what I feel, that I'm about to lose my wife and my son because all the people I love the most belonged to you first.
Oh, no wonder she's so insecure
like,
about
oof. Well, yeah, plus Hen fucking cheated on her.
Yeah.
A couple years ago, like it was... Ugh. Anyway, stupid. Fuck Eva.
Apparently she's leaving, so thank God.
She's moving to Oregon.
Don't tell me if she's coming back. I don't want to know.
Okay, moving on. We're going to go to the hardware store now, where Lou has tracked down a guy named Tom Gladden who works at the hardware store, and witnesses report that he's met Edgar in the parking lot at least half a dozen times. And it looks like...
Who are these witnesses keeping track?
I don't know. LAPD's computer system is almost as fast as Boston EMS because no sooner has Lou said the name, Athena has managed to find this guy's record and print out his file.
Athena's friended him on Facebook. It was really weird.
Well, she suddenly knows everything about him anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's an ex-Marine. He's got a record. He did a stint at Lompoc, which I'm assuming is a prison. I didn't actually care enough to look it up.
Yeah, me neither.
And he has not been back to work since Edgar's carjacking. But he has used his credit card at a motel just up the coast.
As you do, you know.
And Lou would like Athena to do a little bit of legwork for him and take a photo of Tom to the hospital to see if Edgar can identify him, even though Edgar's story is that, you know, the guy that carjacked him had baklava all over his face. But it doesn't...
They've been looking for a Turkish guy this whole time and didn't trail.
But it doesn't matter because Edgar has checked himself out.
Which the armed guards didn't tell him? Like, what?
Apparently not. Well, they were only there to keep an eye out for Taylor. They didn't actually care about
doing
Edgar.
what she does, and she's kind of taken
they're
over.
Still just outside an empty room.
No, Athena's taken over, and now she's got a car sitting on the house in case he comes home. So she's just taken that over. And then Lou says, okay, I'm going to go to the motel on my own. I'm like, Lou, remember what happened the last time you went somewhere on your own?
Yes, thank you.
To confront someone?
Like, do you really think that's a good idea? But no, she's like, oh, okay, go get him, Tiger. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, what?
He's just come back to work.
And now you're...
Literally, like, Jesus Christ.
Although I guess they figure, insurance fraud and carjacking is probably, it's not likely that Lou's going to get garroted again. But you never know. Like, your chances of being garroted are slim but never zero.
He got his throat cut with a great big knife.
Especially on this show.
Exactly.
This show happens every second episode. Like, Jesus Christ.
So Lou shows up to the motel just as Taylor Kelly and the Channel 8 news van shows up at the motel. Because Taylor has also come to the same conclusion.
She's on fire this episode.
Lou is pissed. Taylor says, I was going to tell you. I just, needed to make sure that, he was actually here and, get a confession on camera.
She was going to do like a current affair type, like,
yes.
Did you kill your wife?
Shoving the camera in the face, and they're just like, I want to talk to you. It's like, did you kill your wife?
Yeah.
Footage of someone running across the parking lot, and then Taylor's racing after him in her, sensible pantsuit and low heels.
Yeah.
She would totally do that, though.
She would.
She's the next Tracy Grimshaw, guys.
This is going to make no sense to anybody except us.
I'm sure other countries have the same thing. Like, honestly.
Actually, that is an interesting point. If you're listening to this, jump onto YouTube, look up like a current affairs, and then tell us if you have something similar. Do you have reporters that chase people across parking lots in order to get a story? Or is that just a uniquely Australian experience?
It's
just people who are whinging about something and they're trying to get justice.
The best thing that ever came out of a current affair is still the guy barking, like the dog.
Oh, yeah. Yes. There's some really weird stuff on there. But anyway, yes. Taylor she tells Lou that she did some old-fashioned investigating.
Yes, because Lou is convinced that she cannot have figured this out by herself. Like, so who tipped you off? Like, sir, she's a journalist. I know she's like on Channel 8 News and does some trashy stories, but she's still a journalist. Give her some credit.
She's got integrity.
So while he's bitching to Taylor, he's locked down the parking lot. Nobody gets in, nobody gets out. But apparently some dude is trying to order a pizza. And Lou's like...
Deliver a pizza.
Like, he's going to have to...
Delivery pizza, yeah.
He's going to have to wait. I know it's going to ruin his tips, but you just keep a hold of him.
The man who's, like, reporting this on the thing is, like, he's looking to deliver a pizza. Like, he just totally doesn't believe that he's actually there for a pizza.
Like, it's a motel. Like, people gotta eat.
Yeah, but when we later see the pizza deliverer guy, I can completely understand why he's skeptical. Because it's like someone with a vague idea of what a pizza deliverer guy should look like. Not an actual pizza deliverer guy. So while this is all going down, the sheriff's office has gone up to the motel room that Lou has identified as the one that's being used with Edgar's credit card. No, Tom Gladden's credit card. They are knocking on the door. They're calling for Tom to come out. And Taylor's just like, who the fuck is Tom Gladden?
Yeah.
And Lou's like, the very dangerous man whose door you were about to knock on. And Taylor's like, no, I was here to talk to Edgar's wife, Lizzie Hill. And Lou's like, no, Lizzie's dead. Gladden killed her. And then we cut to the motel room where Tom Gladden is being led away in handcuffs and a woman in a bathrobe is also being handcuffed. And Lou is like, who the fuck is that woman? And Taylor's like, Edgar's wife. The one who hired Tom Gladden to kill her husband. So between the both, they realize at that point that they're both kind of right.
They were both half right.
They're both half right.
Yeah.
And then, just to make the situation even more dramatic, we get a call over the radio that we got a runner, and the pizza delivery guy sprints across the parking lot towards Tom. And as he is tackled by the sheriff's department, the pizza box goes flying, revealing that the only thing in the box was a gun. because it's...
And he didn't even bring pizza, which just seems really rude, honestly.
Because it's not a pizza delivery guy, it's Edgar in a generic red ball cap, a generic red polo shirt, and jeans. Which is why I said, like, that's really suspicious. I'm assuming that if he is delivering pizza, unless it was like a DoorDash or an Uber kind of thing, if it was actually a pizza delivery guy, he would be in some kind of uniform.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's in the generic red polo shirt pizza shop, obviously.
So
No logo.
they've arrested Edgar, they've arrested Tom, they've arrested Lizzie, and both Lou and Taylor are very, very confused.
Yeah, in a bizarre turn of events. So Taylor's gonna, like, do a story about this anyway. A shocking new development. 3 suspects are in custody, including Mr. Hill himself. And then they're all separately in interrogation rooms at the police.
And it's the most hilarious interrogation because Edgar is kind of refusing to say anything. Lizzie is refusing to say anything. Tom's spilling his guts. It's like,
Tom's just telling Tom's telling everyone everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's like, I have no loyalty to these fuckers.
Nope. So the story goes that Edgar was a regular at the hardware store, and he spun a tale of woe that his wife was a horrible person. She was a gold digger, she was abusive, and he was going to pay...
And never kept the house tidy.
Oh my god. That's the worst thing, Forget
I don't know how she was a gold digger, because didn't Edgar have no money?
No, he didn't.
At the end, he didn't have any money.
But he promises Tom $100,000 to kill Lizzie. And Tom was having some financial hardships, so he went, you know what, fine. Deal.
And she was such an awful woman, so...
Yes.
He was like, yep, okay, sick of living in my van, let's do this.
But then he saw Lizzie and he knew that Edgar had lied because she was no shrew. And that's a quote.
Randomly, some opera starts playing in the background and, he started to feel things.
He did indeed.
He couldn't walk away.
He couldn't.
He just told her that he'd been hired to kill her.
Yes, because if he had just walked away, Edgar would have found someone else. He needed to warn Lizzie. So then Lizzie decides that that she's going to pay Tom to kill Edgar instead.
He was going to kill me if I didn't kill him first.
Yes. And she had, at this point, had sort of told Lou that they had no money. She couldn't believe that Edgar had the $10,000 to pay Tom to start with. And so Lou goes, well, if you guys didn't have any money, how are you going to pay Tom to kill Edgar? And basically she fucked him. She's like, I will sleep with you. I will sleep with you if you will kill my husband.
I mean, this guy's pretty easy. Like, first he was going to sex like $100,000, and then he's like, "Oh no, you can just fuck me, and then I'll kill your husband."
Like, how good a lay is she that one night with her is worth
$100,000?
Yeah, I don't know.
I do like that she looks slightly embarrassed when she's telling Lou this, and she's like, "It's not my finest hour, okay?" So the story that they fake Lizzie's death, or Tom at least tells Edgar that Lizzie is dead, and he does the whole, show me her heart kind of Snow White and Ruby Red sort of deal. And Tom says, well, I need to show you in person that she's dead where I've buried her. So he lures Tom lures Edgar out into the woods and shoots him, and he falls into the empty grave. And then they leave without checking to make sure that Edgar was actually dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just cover up.
They're not paramedics. They don't know how to make sure that someone's actually dead. Give him a break.
But maybe they don't care because they just cover up the grave and leave.
Yeah, they assume. They probably They just forgot to take his phone away.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, I mean,
and his
obviously...
phone had plenty of batteries. It didn't run out during the night.
I mean, yeah, I guess, you know, the guy falls backwards, he's been shot, he probably gets knocked out from the fall into the wooden box, so he's unconscious, he's not moving, and he doesn't move as they put the lid on, so they just assume that he's dead. But I would like to think that I would, you know, at least shoot him a couple more times just to make sure he really was dead before I buried him. You know, I'm a perfectionist. Okay. I like to make sure that, like, a job is done well.
Uh-huh. I mean, if he hadn't had his phone on him, they would never have had this problem. They wouldn't be sitting.
If anyone needs a hitman, apparently Bex is.
Apparently Bex is up for the job. She's got a good work ethic going on.
We'll talk payment terms.
Right,
I was going to say I don't think Lizzie's payment terms are gonna cut it, but hey,
you don't know.
Give it a go.
You don't know.
Yeah, give it a go, guys. Give it a go.
So then they find out that oops, he wasn't actually dead, and they Lizzie and Tom decide to flee. And then Edgar found them, and they're still not entirely sure how Edgar found them. Apparently there's an app for that. Is how he found them. That's the line. There is an app for that.
Like Find My Friends, like
Life 360. Yeah.
I don't know. Like he went to the Apple store and like app to find cheating wife and double crossing hitman.
Yeah, I don't like. They don't elaborate it. He literally just says there's an app for that. So I'm pretty sure this whole episode is just an advertisement for Life 360.
Which is really
find your firefighter boyfriend's going to the woods. Find your
it feels a bit like
lesbian partner's ex lover.
But if it is indeed an ad for Life 360, why the hell has Chim not found Maddie yet?
Honestly, yeah, because she turned it off. Maddie's not stupid. Maddie has a separate brain cell to everyone else in this show, and actually turned off her.
She doesn't want to be found.
Turned off her location settings. Fucking dumb though. Like, Edgar was all over the news. You would think that they'd be like, "Oh fuck, he's alive. We should probably get out of town."
Well, they did get out of town. They just didn't get very far out of town. You know, they
didn't get very far out of
they
town.
They were still in California.
They ran out of money for gas, and apparently Lizzie's payment methods don't work on everyone.
Oh no. Yeah, okay, speaking of
let's
Chim...
go for some more wholesome conversation now. Because Chim has gone out for a drink with Eli.
Yay!
Apparently they've just left Ji-Yeon with Eli's wife.
Yes.
Yeah.
Molly was excited about fussing over the baby, so excellent.
Ji-Yeon was just happy to be out of her car seat.
Yeah.
Eli does warn that that if Molly starts talking about having another baby, he's never speaking to Chim again.
I wonder how many they've got in the first place.
I can't remember.
So they do have a little conversation about what Chim is doing, driving across the country, basically.
Yeah, and Eli is once again the voice of reason in Chim's life. Because he's like, he hears Chim's story of woe about the fact that Maddie was struggling, and Chim saw it but didn't want to see it. He just wanted to pretend that everything was fine so that he could go and play with the giraffes. And Eli's like, yeah, okay, you screwed
and
up.
the alpacas.
And you're about to screw up again. Because, you know, from what you've told me, Maddie's got this voice inside her head whispering lies right now. And you're going to show up and you're going to confirm every horrible thing that she's ever thought about herself. And Chim's like, well, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
Yeah, like, basically don't show up on her doorstep looking like a man who's been on a month-long bender.
It's like, gee, thanks, dude.
Like, you need to...
Thought you were my friend.
Yeah, take a breath, have a shower, shave.
No, don't shave. He looks good with the stubble. Like, he looks exhausted, but he looks good with the stubble.
It's like, you smell like you've been in the car for a whole week with your baby.
Yeah, he can't smell good. He says that pull yourself together so that you can be the Howie that she needs. And Shim's like, no one calls me Howie anymore. And Eli's like, oh, what do they call you? And then they cut.
And then they cut away and we don't get to hear it.
And once again, we never find out why he's called Chimney.
Yeah.
We're never going to find out.
We are never going to find out, and I kind of never want to find out. But
Does Maddie call him Howie?
Yes, occasionally.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah.
But,
like Chim a lot of the time, but I'm sure Maddie's called him Howie.
I think she calls him Chim when they're in mixed company, but when it's just sort of them and family, it's Howie.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely he doesn't get Howie at work like he used to.
No.
But yes, we're never going to find out. I never want to find out, but I am going to continue pointing out every instance of the show fucking with us about Chim's nickname.
Yes. It's so good, though. I'm glad they do that. Keeps us guessing.
It does. Then we're going to get a extended montage set to Radiohead while Harry starts battling his inner demon called Jeffrey Hudson. Because basically to spite his sister, I think, he does return back to Bobby and Athena's house. But he, breaks in when no one else is there.
Oh.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
Yeah, because May had said that
creep.
he'd never been back there and that he needed to confront going back there. That it was important for him to go back there. And also his therapist said that he needed to go back there. So he goes back and he sort of looks around. We get a quick flash of the moment that he caught Jeffrey sniffing his mother's underwear. Yeah. And then we see him on a bus. I don't know where he's going, but he's on a bus. Until a passenger gets on who is again generic mid-30s, early 40s white guy with brown hair who could, if you squinted and didn't look closely enough, could possibly be Jeffrey Hudson, which triggers Harry and he gets off the bus. And in the middle of an industrial area, I think. And then he continues to walk until he gets to a set of chained gates. And I thought that the housing development was out of town. I didn't think it was within walking distance.
I mean, he took a bus.
No,
Yeah,
but then he got off the
but-
bus, but then he walked from, the industrial area that he got off on was kind of meant to be the area that Joffrey dragged him into the car and he had that altercation with the dog walker.
It's fine. He's a child. He has unlimited stamina. He can walk for,
Miles?
a whole day, yeah.
Anyway, he somehow walked from...
Haven't you seen Stand By Me?
No.
Oh. Well then.
But he's also...
That's not going to make any sense to you,
He's
is
also
it?
not on railway tracks. So does that apparently only work when they're walking on railway tracks?
No, it just works when they're young boys.
Okay. So apparently he walked from wherever the bus led him off to the housing development that Jeffrey took him to so that he can return to the house that he was walled up. May said under the stairs. Did we establish that it was under the stairs? Does that make sense?
I didn't even think there were stairs in, but sure. I thought they
could
were
have been.
upstairs. I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Anyway.
You need... It doesn't... it's above something because the floor gives way and he crashes through it. And weren't they in the middle of building this house? Shouldn't the floor be a bit more structurally sound?
It is
Maybe they stopped because of termites.
It is a cool moment, though, because Harry is standing there looking at the hole in the wall that Jeffrey shoved him into, and you've got Radiohead sort of sweeping in the music, and then the music cuts out just as Harry drops.
Yeah.
So it's well
It's
done.
clever. Yeah. It's dramatic.
It's very dramatic.
It is very dramatic.
But well
Thankfully,
done dramatic.
He has his phone with him still. He didn't crush it as he fell down.
And he's still getting reception, even though he's under the house.
He's got Edgar's phone plan.
I really want to know what phone plan these guys are all on because it's amazing. And thankfully, he does the smart thing and calls Athena. And he says, I did something real dumb I went back to the house where Jeffrey took me, but I hurt myself. Can you come get me?
How funny would it have been if he called 911 and May saw the number and was like, nope, patching that straight through. Fuck you, Harry.
Well, it could have been like, he could have also called Bobby because, like,
that's usually what
Bobby's
he does
his
when he gets in
go-to guy
trouble.
when he's in
Yeah.
trouble. Yeah.
But no, he called his
He
mum.
called
He
his
did call
mum.
Mum.
And Mum's immediately like, I'm on my way. And what was really interesting is that before the phone rang, she was having like this conversation with Lou. And they're sort of walking and talking. She stops to take this phone call, which is Harry. And Lou apparently also stops to listen in because Athena has taken this entire thing on speakerphone. And then so when Athena's like, I'm coming, like I'm on my way, she starts running for the car park and Lou starts running with her. I'm like, dude.
Athena answers and just goes, I'm coming to the cottage. And then runs.
Ew, no. No, don't spoil
No,
it.
don't conflate those. But Lou's going along too,
Well, yes.
but
'cause-
separately. They're in their separate cars.
Which, yes, because they both drive in separate cars to the housing development. Like, why didn't you just get in Athena's car with her, Lou?
No, they're two independent cops
Yeah,
that
they gotta
don't
take
need
their own
no
car.
other cops.
So they go in, they find Harry. Lou jumps down. And despite Harry telling him that I've hurt my shoulder, he does not
Yeah, he
do
just
any risk
grabs
assessments
him by the hand.
and hauls him to his feet.
Yeah.
Literally, that was the first. I was like, dude, what if he broke his neck?
What if he had a head injury?
Yeah.
Like,
what the
do
fuck?
at least a preliminary assessment, like, is your head hurt? Is anything else hurt? Do you think you can get up? Like, no, I'm just going to
He's
yeet you
not
to
a
your feet.
paramedic. He's not a firefighter. He's a cop, so
They
he's a
should still
detective.
have basic first aid. Like,
Yes.
I was a fucking manager and I had to do first aid and CPR. Like, come
Well,
on.
the other thing that was like, okay, your son just called you and said that he's in this, decrepit house and he's hurt. Why did Athena not call Bobby?
Yeah.
And why did she not
He's
call
busy.
for, like, paramedics to meet her at the site?
Yeah.
I don't know where the 118 were. And they showed up in the first, like, emergency and then that was it.
I'm assuming
They're
that
all just off doing
this
other
is one of
things.
their, like, 24th off, because we see, like, after this scene, we see Hen getting into bed with Karen, so it's obviously nighttime, so they're not working.
Yeah, Eddie's seeing his son
Which,
Bucks
but then, no,
hanging out at his house.
but then, no, hang on.
Without
If they're
Taylor.
not working, then why was nobody at the house when Harry broke in to sneak around? Where was Bobby?
Yeah, where's Bobby?
Maybe he was in bed. It was in the
Because
middle of the night.
Bucks.
No, but he went
might have
into
been asleep.
Athena's room,
He went into Athena's room.
and the bed was empty.
Because Buck's hanging with Taylor, Eddie's vanished, Hen's fucking around with Karen, who then stormed off and went to see Eva without her noticing.
Ravi was just like a back of a turncoat.
Ravi just didn't, like, he couldn't be bothered dealing with Buck, so he just didn't show up this episode.
Anyway, it's weird. So they get Harry out of the hole. Harry sort of, Athena's checking him over, and he sort of looks at her and goes, "Oh, were you at work?" Like, no, she was in the middle of some kinky role play with her husband. What do you think?
Hey, we have established that happens.
I've established that happens, yes.
But in this case, she was at work.
No, but
But-
in this case, it's Athena saying, yes, but that doesn't matter. You always come first, which is her trying to work against the narrative that Jeffrey was instilling in Harry, that his mother was always going to be a cop first, mother second. And this is Athena showing, not just telling, but showing Harry that she will be a mother first if he ever needs her again. Not the first time, but definitely the second time. Maybe the third time too. We don't know.
Yes.
Depends
All
what
right,
happens
so
the next time.
Harry has now faced his ghosts, and
Like, luckily the case was already wrapped up and it was Lou's, so Athena was wide open.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Karen has
created a
set
fire
up
hazard.
the bedroom. Speaking of kinky role play, and it's not really that kinky, but it's a bit like firefighter play because there's candles all over the room.
Hen walks in and is like, what the fuck have you done?
Yeah.
Do you
But
see
she's
how
got a
close
fire
those
extinguisher
candles...
under the bed.
Yes, I did like that. Like, she's acknowledged, like, I'm trying to be romantic, but I am also the wife of a firefighter. I do realise that this is a massive fire hazard and I have taken precautions.
Yes.
It's like the episode of Friends where Phoebe's dating a firefighter and then she takes the other guy that she's dating and does like a romantic picnic by candlelight in the woods, and the firefighter dumps her because she's like, I can't believe you had an open flame in the woods. Karen's like, I'm trying to be romantic, and Hen's like, why is there fire here? You know that I have issues with fire.
Don't bring my work into the bedroom.
We promised we wouldn't bring work home anymore.
But no, Karen has done something far worse than that. Went and spoke to Eva. Tense back. Karen was the one who could not let her go.
Yeah, she says that the line is, talking to Eva made her realise that she, as in Eva, has always been this shadow hanging between us. And I'm going, guys, you've been talking about ghosts all fucking episode. Why did you not use the word ghosts here?
Yeah, it's... yeah.
You missed a prime opportunity to ram the theme down our throat even harder.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, yada yada, Karen insecurity, yada yada, I only love you, yada yada, sexy times. But not really sexy times, because apparently, like, we only want to see queer men having sex, not queer women.
We can't see women kissing on screen. That's not allowed.
Oh, disgusting, yeah.
So instead we're going to cut to...
For legal reasons, that was a joke.
Yeah.
So we can't see the queer women in bed, so we're going to see the straight couple in bed. Except it's not what Buck was hoping, because he walks out of wherever he's just walked out of. Is there an ensuite up in the loft bedroom? Or was he...
Yes.
Yes? Okay, so I'm going to assume he's walked out of the ensuite, expecting sexy times, but Taylor's got her laptop open and she's working in bed. But not the way Lizzie works in bed, like actually working in bed. With a computer.
We know how Taylor gets her exclusives from Buck.
Oh dear. But Buck is mad at her.
He's so pissy.
Because reporting the news... When does reporting the news include randomly confronting a killer?
And the irony of this episode and that line after the brawl on cell block 911. He does acknowledge the hypocrisy. He's like, pot kettle. Both of us risk our lives on a daily basis. But why the risks that you take are far less worthy than the risks that I take.
Sure.
Yeah, how is it worth your time?
But yeah, Taylor says the truth is worth everything, Buck. Everything. Buck's like, what does that mean? And she's like, I don't know.
She's like, I guess unsolved mysteries just never sat right with me. And you can almost
she got really
hear
into that TV show as a kid.
Upset about this. It's like, oh, okay.
Because that wasn't important at all. That was not foreshadowing at all. And I don't know what those shadows are in the foreground, but they mean nothing.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't look at the shadows.
Ow. We get to later, like in this episode, because later we actually get a shot of her looking really upset about whatever it is she's upset about.
The foreshadowing's not that long, but it's there.
It doesn't take long to get to actual information. But anyway.
No, here comes the aeroplane. We go back to House of Harry's bad ideas, and we get the reason that Lou tagged along with Athena's race to Harry is so that the two victims of Jeffrey can have a heart-to-heart.
Yeah, it is kind of sweet, though.
Yeah.
I guess.
In like a traumatic kind of way.
Yeah.
Because apparently Lou also sees Jeffrey when he like closes his eyes.
Apparently Lou also needs a therapist.
But I think it's good for Harry because he's like, this guy came into my house. He's feeling violated. And Jeffrey's like, bitch, he was in my house. He drove my car. He wore my clothes. He ate my food.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Harry's like, okay, cool. We're in this together. I wish I could just forget. Maybe then I could move on. And Lou's like, you know what? I've spoken to a lot of survivors and you never really move on.
Yeah, sorry to tell you, kid.
Yeah, you move forward, but the trauma is going to follow you and you just learn to live with the trauma. Interestingly, as Lou is saying this to Harry, we cut back to Taylor, who is still in bed. Buck is fast asleep next to her, but she's almost crying as she's reading a incredibly badly written news article. And I'm assuming she's crying about how badly written it is, because like I feel sorry.
This is why she became a journalist, because she read this article and she's just like, fuck this shit.
No, look,
this is awfully written. I'm going to do better.
I know that whoever put together this like whatever the specific thing is where you like make a prop for set, and they've just gone, nobody is going to like zoom in and pause the episode and read what I've
like,
written.
It's amazing
We're just
that
going
it
to
didn't
put
just
words
say
on the screen that kind of look official. It doesn't matter if it's well written, because it's not well written.
Yeah, it's amazing that it doesn't just say Dr. Patrick Martin, Lauren Ipsum,
Yes!
Lauren Ipsum, Lauren Ipsum,
Yes!
Lauren Ipsum.
But no, so the article is local doctor proclaims innocence after a murder conviction, and it goes on to say that Dr. Patrick Martin's wife died from overdose of sleeping pills, and he was charged with murdering his wife, and he proclaims his innocence. And something
he was
about
sentenced
that
to 25 years in prison.
is
Not me right now going, what's Taylor Kelly's surname?
Yeah.
interesting, isn't it?
Too.
Huh?
Like, it's not Martin.
Or is it?
But yeah.
But yeah, she
Yeah.
finds this story, I'm assuming the content, not my glibness about the writing, incredibly upsetting.
No, she's finding the writing incredibly upsetting. It's just awful.
We cut back to Lou and Harry, and Harry's saying, I thought if I came back here and I confronted him, then, I could just stop thinking about him. And Lou's like, that's really brave to confront what scares you. And then we cut back to Karen and Hen, which is kind of reinforcing that Karen was being brave for confronting Eva. And
Sure.
And Harry says, cool on the bravery, but I just want to be normal. And Lou's like, yeah, you will be. Because that ghost, everybody take a shot, can't hurt you anymore unless you let it.
Oh, we mentioned ghosts again.
Yeah.
There we go.
And then he says, look, it could be worse. You could have a massive scar on your throat. People look at me like I'm the Walking Dead. And Harry, literally sort of peers at Lou's throat, gets up really close to it and goes, yeah, it's gross.
Yeah,
great.
Thanks, Harry. Jesus.
It's like absolute the truth that comes out of 12-year-olds' mouths.
Yeah.
It's the most realistic thing he's said this entire episode.
Pretty much, yeah. Thankfully, he's saved by his mother coming in and telling him that they're going to take him to get x-rays, and then she's going to take him home. And by home, he means her home, his home, the Athena residence. He doesn't want to go back to Michael's. He wants to go back home.
Yeah.
And when they do arrive back, I'm thinking the next morning, or sometime the next day, May and Bobby's popped up from wherever he disappeared to, and Michael are out the back, and they welcome Harry home. And he says,
and the sun's shining, and it's like
birds are
everything's
singing,
very bright.
everything's bright,
Yeah.
it's beautiful. And Harry says, why don't we have a cookout while I tell you what happened to me?
And they all have a big hug, and it's like, oh, my two dads and my mum.
My trauma has been resolved, and we shall never speak of it again. Literally.
Yep, that's it.
Yep.
Oh, that's it?
That's it.
Okay.
Door is closed. We've finally closed the door on Jeffrey Fuckface.
Thank God for that.
Yeah.
I know, right?
I mean, like, yes, I, as I've said, I like that they didn't just, shove this under a rug somewhere. They've actually allowed us to see this child.
We just don't care about Jeffrey.
We really just don't care about Jeffrey. I'm sort of care about Harry, but I really don't care about Jeffrey.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
We made it to the end.
Thank God, because one of my friends just started rewatching Heated Rivalry. She's like, I kept putting things on and I'm like, no, this is no good. What do I want to watch? Who am I kidding? And then she just sent me a photo of her screen with Shane writing the exercise
much exactly
back on it.
what I have done this week as well.
Yep.
But anyway, let's finish this first before we go back to talk about that. I mean, it was an entirely unmemorable episode, but I guess
It was very filler. Like, it bridged a gap, I guess.
Yeah, and it closed off a few
It was an
things.
episode.
Like, it closed off a few of the lingering kind of storylines that we've had, I hope. So, something new for next week? Maybe? Or are we just...
Yeah, so... this is a good one next week. Like, the episode's not good, but what we're going to talk about next week is very good.
It's this episode. I remember this one.
Yes.
Hey!
So next week, Bobby and the 118 race to save lives after an explosion rocks the hospital where Dr. David Hale is performing surgery. Meanwhile, Michael makes a life-changing decision. And what a decision it is. It's great. I cannot wait to tell you about this.
It's so, this episode's actually really good. I'm actually excited finally to watch 911 again.
Okay.
Trigger warnings for anybody who hasn't seen this episode before. We have a cancer ward and discussions of cancer. We have an explosion/fire in a hospital. People and children at threat because of said fire and explosion in hospital. We have a patient death, and Nikki is promising that none of those patients are children, and there is the depiction of brain surgery.
Oh, cool. All right. Anything else to say about this episode?
No.
I'm glad we don't have to talk about it anymore. No, like it was a fine. It's just nothing really.
There were parts of it that were really well put together, like the cutting back and forth with the talking. Okay, I can see why you enjoyed that part. Although I would have I'm glad they didn't follow them around doing an investigation in a way, because we skipped all that with just telling us what happened, because that's kind of boring to watch that stuff.
I still think they could have.
It's not a cop show.
Yeah, I think they could have done it. They've done something similar when we were watching Athena investigate or try and track down the guy who shot Emmett. We sort of did the cutting backwards.
It's funny because,
but like you said, this isn't a cop show. We're not here to.
We complain when they're being a cop show, and then we're complaining when they're not being. I just wish that I don't care about the I would have been happy with another Taylor and Buck try and figure something out while the cops are just sort of in the background. It was weird that they tried to split it but not really do either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of funny that they both came to the half a conclusion.
Yeah.
Again,
but it's just kind of making the cops look incompetent.
Yeah.
Good.
Taylor is just so great.
Like we said, if they'd set up the animosity between Taylor and Lou, them going to head trying to solve a case would have had more impact, but they just dropped it in this episode, so it didn't really work.
It was definitely an episode that I was glad that I was binging this season. I'm glad that I watched the previous one, then watched this, and then just went straight on to the next one, because it's as I said, I don't remember this episode. Nothing in it stood out to me. Because I went straight on to the next one, which is a good episode, so I didn't care. But if I was watching week by week, I would have just been really annoyed by this episode, because I would have been I would have just felt like something was missing.
What was missing was a fucking theme.
Yeah.
I think that's what annoys me the most about this episode, is that they've called it Ghost Stories, and they're trying hard to try and link all of these disparate storylines together under one unifying theme, which we've seen them do in the past, and sometimes they do it really well and sometimes they do it really badly. This one, they just failed to link them.
Yeah, I don't
And I don't know whether it's because they were trying to go for everyone is being haunted, but we can't call it haunted because we already have an episode called Haunted. So we need to find some other kind of word.
And, like, maybe it would have made more sense with the other storyline that they cut.
Yeah, if they'd had the ghost roommate, because
the roommate ghost,
one of the things that makes it difficult to link all of the storylines together is Edgar's storyline, because there's really nothing about being haunted or ghosts in that storyline. It's
it
doesn't.
I don't understand.
It's almost like it doesn't belong in this episode. The thing at the end with Taylor kind of foreshadows that she belongs in this episode, but the Edgar stuff doesn't. It's just if you're going to
it's weird.
If you're going to go to the effort to have a themed
disjointed.
episode, then at least try and make sure all of your storylines fit the theme. And
it's like they had the theme, but they got the wrong title.
Well, look, I know titles are hard. My God, coming up with titles is fucking hard. But these are
you write fan fiction. Just put your playlist on shuffle and pick a random line in whatever song comes up. Come on.
Okay, bold of you to assume that I have playlists. I'm not a playlist writer. But see, the thing is that these people are, like, paid to be creative, so I would assume that they would be able to come up with, like, a better title than Ghost Stories for this episode. But that's my bugbear.
I was just checking who it was written by, and it was the person who did There Goes the Neighborhood. So it's like they tried to do... Wait, which one's There Goes the Neighborhood? Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong one. Is it the Locked Gate mystery one? No. Yes? No.
No, that's 911. What's your grievance? There Goes the Neighborhood is the turkey one.
What?
And I think it's the guy who's going to jump off the roof. It's like everybody having issues with their neighbors. Possibly the one with Buck and Veronica.
It was the one with Bobby and Michael and the Rear Window.
Yes.
That was an excellent episode. What were they doing?
I don't know. Again, makes me wonder what goes on in the writer's room that they decide whose name goes on as written by. And
I mean, it was directed by, our favourite.
No, it wasn't. That's not Rydell. That's Windell.
Oh, then I have no idea. Yeah. Oh, it is too. Yeah, okay, I have no idea.
We apologise for what they're doing.
I think the directing was pretty good. That's what made the cutting back and forth and everything work.
Yeah,
was good directing.
But yeah, I don't know what went wrong with this episode. I think they just had too much to tie up, and they were getting close to the mid-season finale, so they just had to tie it up.
Okay, but no,
yeah, maybe
the only thing that they really had to tie up was Harry. They've continued the Chim storyline, so they haven't tied that one up. They didn't need to go down the Hen and Ava route.
No, true. I don't know why.
The Taylor storyline is introducing a new plot point, not tying up an old one.
Yeah, I've no fucking idea what they were doing here.
It's just an in-between.
Because, I really, like, we loved There Goes the Neighborhood.
Yeah. Anyway.
I don't know.
This one will not make it on... I don't think this one will make it on my worst episodes of season 5, but it's definitely not going anywhere near the best episodes of season 5. It's just forgettable.
Yeah, it's just mid.
Yeah.
Please do tell us what you thought about this episode.
Yeah, please give us something to like about this episode. I'm sorry if it's your favourite ever episode, but we didn't hate it. We just didn't really have an opinion of it. It was an episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Wasn't bad, wasn't good. It was an episode.
I'm not sitting here tearing my hair out about how horrible and my soapbox has been put away. But yeah.
It was just mid.
Anyway, bring on next week.
Maybe they should have just called it Mid Stories.
Bring on next week. I'm excited about next week.
Bring on next week.
Yeah, next week's really good. Which, again, when I was binging the show, there's a reason that I did not remember any of this because it went straight into next week's, which is great. And we'll rewatch it and we'll be like, that episode was so shit. What the fuck?
The episode is good and it comes with piping hot tea as well, which I'm very happy to serve.
It does. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great.
I'm so excited to share the tea because it's hilarious.
Well, let us know your thoughts by leaving us a comment. Actually, by the way, I know this is the end of the episode instead of the beginning, but thank you so much, Pigeon, for all of your comments this week. They're gradually catching up.
When you finally catch up to season 5 and you hear
I think they're in season 4 now, so eventually they will get to this point and we'll be like, thank you. Yes, and please go and comment either on the episode's post on thatweewoo.show.com or in Spotify or on YouTube as well, or on social media.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you for listening this week, and we'll talk to you next week about episode 8 called Defend in Place. See you then.
Bye.
Bye.
911 is a fictional show, but many of the situations portrayed happen in the real world too. If any of the topics we've discussed in this episode have affected you, please know you're not alone. You can call or text numbers in your country for help. Just Google crisis support in your location to find out the number. If you enjoy our podcast, you can help us out by leaving us a review on Spotify or your preferred listening app, and by sharing our social media posts. Find out more at thatweewoo.show.com.
While Lou questions him about the
But I was
crime.
going to ask you.
No.
You
don't get
start
to
Will you
ask
come
me.
to the cottage this summer?
No.
Don't
And
go
Edgar-
to Russia.
Edgar just
Don't
looks,
go to
My
Russia.
house.
Edgar looks at Lou and like, wait, why are you asking me to go to the cottage? What cottage? I just got carjacked.
We'll have so much fun.
I'm
It's so private.
traumatized.
I did not notice this whispering that Ilya does either. So I'm going to have to go back and watch that scene again. Thank you.
Oh no, what a shame.
oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah.
When Shane slams him against the wall.
No, the more. But the oh my god's good too.
Yeah, that is good. I saw that one. Yeah, that's great. Actually, in the book, because we get, like, it feels like the TV show is more told from Shane's point of view. So in the book, because you get Ilya's point of view, you get a lot more of him just being, like, shocked at what Shane will actually do.
Yeah.
Did you hear anything or see anything about the interview that Francois did?
No.
About the 5 episodes before they're allowed to kiss?
Oh yeah, I saw that part.
So Francois was saying that Jacob did shop the show around to American networks and American streamers, and one of their notes was that they wouldn't be allowed to kiss until episode 5.
Yeah, I don't think that those
And
people actually know about romance, like, you know, read the book
No.
or know anything
I'm
about
going,
romance
what
books.
the hell would they have done for 4 episodes
Yeah,
if
like
they weren't allowed
played
to?
hockey for 4 episodes?
Yeah, like actually played hockey.
Just like glared at each other, like,
Slammed each other against walls and then left. Like
yeah, no kissing.
It just would not have made sense.
Every episode, Shane would just be like, "We didn't even kiss," with sad faces.
All right, that would have been the workaround. It's like, okay, they're going to fuck from episode 1 onwards, but they're not going to kiss till episode
But
5.
no kissing.
They're not going to kiss.